Well, good morning, my reseller friends. I had so much fun recording the video last night actually. I wanted to pop on and talk to you guys again. And the reason is I read something on, if you guys are members of the Facebook group, the reseller forum. And it's a really good group. There's a lot of really good information, but there's like 20 something thousand people in the group. It's really big, maybe 30,000, I'm not sure. And I read something this morning that always just really gets my goat. A lady was saying that she had just got back into reselling after taking a layoff, and the gist of what she was saying was that eBay had her sales capped at 1,000. Like there was some kind of limitation set on, to reduce the visibility of her listings once she got to a certain level, to kind of share the wealth, and she was throttled at 1,000. And then, a lot of people were saying, yeah, that's BS. But then some people actually believe it. Like somebody else came on and said, yeah, Amazon does the same thing. And there are a lot of people that really think that eBay throttles your sales. And I think it's really, really dangerous thinking, because if you start, in my opinion, if you start thinking there are these ominous, imaginary ceilings or blocks that are being placed by others that you really can't do anything about. Like in this case, eBay's blocked me, so I can't sell more than 1,000. Well, at that point, you've kind of taken yourself out of the mix, because you can't do anything about that. So, blaming it on eBay is, to me, the lazy way out, instead of focusing on the things that you can control. Because I really don't think this limit exists. I think if your prices are too high, I think if your products are not desirable, then you're just not going to sell as much. Like if I have the NES Classic and I'm selling them for $50 a piece, which would be way below market. Do you think there would be at some point where if I put those on eBay, I wouldn't sell every single one that I had? No, I could sell 10,000 of them. So there is no such thing as a block or a ceiling or a throttling of accounts. It just drives me batty. But anyway, not to dwell on that too much. Got Nick Hills on in the background here this morning on a Chromecast. Set up a little playlist. I got some catching up to do. You can see behind me, that's all the kitchen cabinets that are going in this kitchen. I have to take all this, I have to cut some of the wall out because there's a old backsplash tile. So I'm not going to get into that too much because I said I wouldn't. But like most of the rest of the stuff in here is done. See, I got a nice little groovy new light there. Mostly just the kitchen. So I am packing a few things up this morning for my part-time reselling business. So I'll show y'all a few things that are selling for me right now. These are some cables that I bought. These transfer cables for Windows. I bought those at dirt cheap over a year ago. I filled a whole buggy full of these things at 25 cents a piece, and I've been selling them since then for like anywhere from $4 to, this one actually sold for like $7. So I've done pretty well on these. It hadn't been a real fast moving item, but real easy money. Lego Hobbit Xbox 360. I don't even remember. I'm not even going to talk prices because I can't remember. This is a Ninja Gaiden for NES, original NES. And this was a cool one here. Wii Sports Resort that I got in a system bundle. I actually bought this on Let Go. It was like a console with a bunch of games and stuff that I bought on Let Go app. Haven't really seen this before. You see, it's got Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort on one disc. And you see it says 2 games on one disc. One side of the cardboard is Wii Sports, the other side is Sports Resort. I got 25 plus shipping for this, so keep your eye out. I might have had that before. I didn't even realize that, you know, there was a little extra value with the 2 games. This is something else. I actually sold the last of this stuff. These are just military uniform items. Just some ACU. Can't remember what that stands for. It's something. Oh hell, I can't remember. But yeah, these are just some ACU pants, and you see a lot of times that, you know, people that got out the military, they'll have a bunch of that military clothing. A lot of times it's new because you get a clothing allowance, and it's free to order when you're in. So if you see 1 or 2 items at a sale, ask if they have more. A lot of times they might even have like a brand new pair of combat boots or something like that. But yeah, I sold that pair, and I sold this pair. And I remember this is this past year. I bought probably about 10 items of military clothing. I probably have it in a video, and I'm kind of guesstimating these numbers. Probably 10 items between pants and blouses. And I think I paid $1 a piece at the garage sale. I've done really well with those. So that wraps that up. And you saw last night, I have this going out. That's going to be the biggest pain in the butt to ship today. And, oh, you'll see the Ninja Gaiden game. You shipping games like that, old school games, alcohol. And this is 91%. It'll dry a little faster than the lower concentrations. Alcohol and Q-tips. And you just, I'm doing this one-handed. Just get a good bit of alcohol on your Q-tip. I'm going to do this. Okay, here we go. And then liberally apply it to these contacts. And you want to really scrub it. That. And both sides. You have contacts on both sides on these games, guys. Little copper contacts. And they sit there and they oxidize and they get nasty. And they won't work. So to make sure they work, I clean them usually when I first get them, the games. And then I'll usually give them a quick scrub up on the contacts right before they go out. And this one's already been cleaned. I don't know if you can see all that gray stuff. That's corrosion. That's oxidation on the contacts. So now when they stick the game in, it's going to work. Okay, something else I'm selling. This is kind of bittersweet. I'm selling my MacBook Air. It's 2013 model, 4 gigabyte memory. The thing I don't like about it, I love so much about it, but one of the things I don't like the storage, and the CPU is a little slow at this point. There's some stuff I want to do that it's kind of bad at, and there's still some value with it. So I sold it for $500 on eBay, and I already bought the replacement. It's a 17-inch Lenovo. The processor's probably about 50% faster. It's got 8 gigabytes of RAM instead of 4. It's got a terabyte hard drive. And it's got the bigger screen. And I don't know, it just kind of it kind of made sense with what I want to do video wise and all. But I mean, it still sucks because these. If I had a ton of money, I would probably just get a new one of these or get a MacBook Pro. But money wise, I was able to trade a 3-year-old MacBook Air for a brand new Lenovo, which has a lot more computing power. So I did it. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this stuff packed up, get it away to the post office, and then I can get to work on this kitchen. Talk to y'all soon. Bye bye.